Hey everyone, this is Rail, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Today we will be looking at what has to be one of my favorite tanks in the game so far, the Chinese starter tank, the Renault NC-31. Now, this tank came out my second day of playing World of Tanks, but so far it has proven to be one of my favorites, and it is my favorite out of the starter tanks. As we can see on the right side of the screen, it's got some pretty decent hull armor, 16mm all around. Now the turrets on this, so the starter one, you have 16 on the front and side and 14 in the back, slow traverse speed of 38 degrees per second, 25 degree view range, and weight a little less, but the upgraded turret is definitely worth researching. With 22mm on the front and sides, it's a little slower, but the view range is great. But since, with this thick turret armor, it's be a really good hull down tank. Now, when it comes to guns on this thing, I highly suggest going for the maximum gun. As we look at each one and compare, it's a 37 caliber, just like the starter, which also makes it bigger than the Hotchkiss. Its rate of fire is actually faster than the starter, but slower than the Hotchkiss. But the Hotchkiss is an auto loader, and you look at that average penetration and damage. This tank isn't fast like the T1 Cunningham, so I don't recommend it. But play your tank how you feel like. But I suggest keep this gun until you can unlock the big gun here. It's got pretty good penetration and average damage. 2-3 shots in any tank will take it out. Now this thing actually does have some angled armor and will take some hits to the front, but I suggest get the upgraded turret and hide behind cover and shoot from it. So, enough of me babbling on. Roll the first clip. Here we are on Himmelsdorf, my second game in this tank, on my second day playing this. And I think it's also the second time I died in this tank. If Nikola Tesla would be watching this, he'd probably be extremely frustrated with the lack of things divisible by 3.
Threat has been detected.
I'm playing cautiously, because this is my second day. I just don't want to get killed. I want to try to level up my tank so I can go through the Chinese tech tree. Once again, stop, slowly moving. Hey buddy, show yourself. Nope. No shots, no shots. Now, this tank right now is completely stock in this. At least I think it is. I might have upgraded the suspension or something. I don't know. All I know is I'm being cautious. I want to at least... I don't want to get as many kills as possible. I want to do as much damage as possible. So I'm more in it to put the hurt on than to get kills. Which in my quest often deals with me getting kill steals. Sorry to anyone who I've stolen a kill from that for some odd reason is actually watching this. But when I'm on Himmelsdorf in these lower tier games, I do often use these elevated firing positions. More often than not, when I in a tier 2 or tier 3 game, often than not, there's not enough people coming through the center for me to be effective. So I often flank around the sides, or even go up the hill. Usually going up the hill doesn't end well for me, but it has helped. Trying to zoom in on this guy. Ooh, easy target. A Vickers Medium Mark 1.
That's gotta hurt.
See, the starter gun rips through its armor like paper.
We finished him off.
He was unlucky to be at the end of my barrel. But if you notice, you can definitely tell this is like the first day the Chinese tanks came out, because you can see all the NC-31s on each team. A little low tractor.
Enemy armor is hit.
And
Target lost.
bye-bye. I think that I don't know. I forget what that tank was.
They got the commander.
Almost all knock over a tree, and I got hit. Definitely tells me I've overstayed my welcome. Back out, retreat, 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 retreat. Man, that thing's fast going down hills. Even with stuff. I see two of my fellow teammates in the same tank. Their health isn't the greatest either. So I'm going up to try to help them out with that guy there. Looking to make sure there isn't anyone coming across the open park. And there's someone. I go to zoom in and shoot him, but I'm already dead. He got me. But it's okay. It's a tier 1 game. The odds of survival are slim. Very, very slim. Here we are again, back on Himmelsdorf, but this time, my tank is completely maxed out. With upgraded engine, upgraded suspension, upgraded turret, and the final 37mm. As you can see, my tank is definitely upgraded, because you can see how I'm flying by other tanks of the same type on my team. Once again, you know, early days of the Chinese tanks here, because most of each team are the Renault NC-31. As always, I do on Himmelsdorf. In these low-tier games, I move up to a firing position provided by these ruined buildings.
We nailed it bad.
Ooh, nice juicy target. Enemy NC-31.
Looks like that one went right through.
I don't think I hit him.
Right.
That time, I think I did. I didn't get any kills on this map, but I at least put the hurt on 4 or 5 tanks in this match. And notice this match, there weren't too many people charging through the middle. Most of them were flanking around from the sides. As always, you know, I try to get it and shoot someone. I miss, someone else comes in and gets the hit. That's okay. As long as we're winning, it really doesn't matter. Looking around, trying to find targets. Not too many out in the open. Or any I can really hit. Looking around. It's like everyone's on the other side, behind all the buildings, where I can't hit them. Probably could have had a shot on this guy, but I didn't take it. Didn't want to give away my position. Just looking. I'm sure you're getting tired of me just filling in. Don't worry, I'm tired of it too. Finally, I'm moving! Hooray! If you've lasted this long, go get yourself a cookie. Go do it. Seriously. Get a cookie. Trust me. By the time you get a cookie and get back, you'll finally be able to see the action. Wow, a French-Chinese party. Don't mean to be offensive to anyone who's actually French-Chinese. It just took a lot of power for me to avoid that joke. I used that joke, yet for some reason I actually do not like South Park. But anywho, we're not here to talk about my tastes in TVs. We're here to see me play this tank as I constantly ram into that MS-1 and the Vickers driver. Just sorry to the guy in the Vickers Medium Mark 1. Didn't mean to ram into you. I'm just still trying to learn how to drive tanks at this time. At this point in the game, we pretty much have it. So I'm just running, trying to get to the cap. This tank's got some decent speed, but it's definitely no T1 Cunningham. It's pretty bad. I probably should just cut it off here. Well, it's going to. I'm coming in, hopefully to either cap or take someone out. But we win. They die before I get there. So yay, victory!
Move out.
Here we are again on Province. Still not my favorite map, but it was a nice change of pace from having 5 games in a row on Himmelsfield, where I end up dying. See, this tank can be pretty fast once fully upgraded. I still haven't had my crew to 100%, but it's going to take some grinding to don't have a premium. These two T1 were flying right by me. Here I go into my usual hiding spot on this. Why am I telling you guys? Because people like to hide in the bushes. Some of you experienced players probably already know this. I'm here looking around, trying to find targets. Of course, I can't shoot at anything until someone lights them up on the other side. I probably could cut out most of this, but I'm not. Nope. I'm putting this in to show you, not every game is cupcakes and cherry sunshine. A lot of the times playing older tanks, for you new guys, a lot of the experienced players will know, there's a lot of sitting and waiting for your allies to light up the enemy. I've only gotten up to tier 3, and I already know there's going to be a lot of sitting and waiting. And of course, you're always going to end up with teams where you're going to end up with crap. Hello, Medium Mark 1. How was your day? Well, that's interesting. Off to your death, I see. Well, good luck with that. Yeah. Pretty much everyone but me and a T1 Cunningham are going to die. Of course, the T1 might as well have not had the T1 Cunningham because he was AFK for the entire game. That is not very helpful, especially when he's the fastest tank left and I can't go do squat. Doesn't help, I'm taking pot shots trying to catch normal hiding spots, and finally
We've hit them hard.
an enemy comes along and I start landing
They're
shells
hit.
on them. Apparently they didn't expect us to have all this armor and
We've hit them hard.
You have no
Nice
idea,
shot.
good fellow. You have no idea. But if you're looking at this, keep an eye on the name Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps, if you somehow, by some sick twist of fate, end up watching this video, I salute you and your strategy. See, now I don't get this guy. Is he just there to light us up, or was he waiting for an opportunity to cap? I wouldn't be surprised if it was the latter, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the guy who ended up winning the game for the other team. Is this like the third time I mentioned it was a loss for us? Because it was. Finally, some nice targets. Nice paper armored medium Mark 1s. Bad thing about this gun, it's hard to hit a moving target even if you're trying to shoot it. I don't know if I got to killing that guy or whatnot, but it doesn't matter. I think that was Ginger Snaps, or was that someone else? Can't tell, too fuzzy on Windows Movie Maker. But I turn my hull so in case they come up and try to flank, they hit me at where my armor's angled the most. I might have hit the guy, I don't know. Those two there are still protecting their cap. I'm looking at it, it's like, this is going to be a loss, so I'm going to do as much damage as possible. Here comes Ginger Snaps. Boom. Ginger Snap. So it's like, holy crap, I didn't expect anyone there. Why else would have they run right to that building? I know they're there. And really, they've only got one approach from me. Or at least I thought so, until a little later. I'm just there waiting for Ginger Snaps to either pop up or some more enemies pop up on my screen. I'm about ready thinking I should fall back and protect the cap. But I also don't want to get snuck up behind by Ginger Snaps in his NC-31. So I'm sitting. Okay, I'll stop singing. Finally, he pops out. What do I do? I start laying shots. That's the only hit I took the entire game. Ginger Snaps. This was lighting me up. I was surprised I wasn't getting shot at from across the valley. Put a shot into him. He's only got 6% health left. So he's probably thinking, I need to find some way to get around this guy and take him out. So I'm kind of expecting that. But I was surprised his allies on his team weren't shooting me because I was lit up. If he knew, since he knew where to fire from me. Here he comes. Coming around, I'm like, very well played, Ginger Snaps, well played. But there's no way you're getting me. But I think Ginger Snaps might have had a plan to distract me long enough so I wouldn't go back to defend the cap. Because really, I'm the only player left because that T1 Cunningham is AFK. There they go, start capping. Like, come on, come at me. And then 1, 2, skidoo. Thought you could charge at me? Nope. And pretty much here, I'm going to stop it here because really, we lost and you're not going to want to see me drive there to failure. So, that's the Chinese Renault NC-31. The first tank to earn a permanent spot in my garage. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more tanks that are going to earn spots in my garage. So, I'm going to have to spend some money, get some gold to buy more tank slots. But, it's a decent tank. I would think about putting camo and inscriptions and whatnot on it, but that just make me stand out. But for crew skills on the commander, I'm going to put camo and recon and maybe snapshot or something else that'll help me load it quicker. Where with the driver, yeah, he's going to have camo, but I'm going to put off-road driving and clutch braking just so I can get this tank to go faster and turn quicker on other maps. But man, if you've stayed around this long, listen to me babble on, you don't deserve a cookie. You need to go out and get yourself like a milkshake or something. Like, go to the best ice cream place where you're at and get yourself something nice. You deserve it for putting up with me. Well, that's all I got for now. I guess I'll see you all next time.